Camden Walker for Capital Weather Gang. Happy Lunar New Year from Chinatown, the Gateway Arch here behind me in Chinatown, downtown DC. We got to 50 degrees today officially at DCA Airport, just across the river from downtown. Still fairly mild, but temperatures are going down again to chilly levels as the sun goes down. We were able, at least with these clouds today, they were off and on, but we definitely had clouds pestering us into sometimes mostly cloudy conditions, but I at least saw outside today some blue spots of sky here and there, and getting chilly again tonight like we were talking about, around freezing for much of the area. If you are away from water or I guess the downtown area is also warm, then you should get to the 32 degree freezing mark or lower overnight tonight. And tomorrow, another mild day on tap. Try to enjoy it while we can. More sun than clouds, we think, but again, 50 degrees is fairly comfortable, and we have winds under control. 15-mile-per-hour gusts can't be ruled out, and dry conditions are another feature of this week, so keep that in mind. We have at least travel worries of none for the upcoming week. No precipitation, maybe, let's go this way. Some snow showers up around Cumberland, but nothing much to speak of. The trend, though, after a fairly comfortable and mild Monday, is for slowly lower and lower temperatures each day through Thursday, so we definitely get below average even for January. Again, mix of sun and clouds as we go into the week, and we're watching for unsettled conditions this weekend, which we don't think have a high probability of being wintry. If a storm even develops, that is a big question mark in and of itself. So we're watching that for you. So hi everyone, hi Alexandrine. Let me know if you have any other questions. No rain, cool, it should be dry, yes indeed. Hello from Maine, Gary, good to see you. Liz, you'll take the chilly over the rain we had the other nights. I'm glad you like these dry conditions. Chris Jones, hello. Good to see you as well. I'm here at the Chinatown Arch for Lunar New Year, which I think officially kicked off yesterday, but they had festivities and they closed 7th and H here in Northwest today as well. So hope your year of the rat is off to a good start. Anytime you need a weather forecast in the upcoming Lunar New Year, go to CapitalWeatherGang.com or follow us on Twitter at Capital Weather for the latest forecast and all the links that we're talking about. You can take your finger, touch on my face like so, right there, and popping up below on your mobile device, you'll see the links to our latest forecast on CapitalWeatherGang.com, or directly go to CWG.news/latest. Now, this wintry mess, you might see these on social media. Do not believe them. Take them with a huge grain of salt. If you see this art from the GFS model, the American model, for next weekend, there is only, at this time, maybe we think, a 1 out of 10 chance that we see wintry weather this next weekend. That's why our SPI is only a 1 out of 10. And we'll keep you posted each day that we think there's even a slight chance of accumulating snow in our region. So you'll see an update from us tonight on Twitter at Capital Weather and the blog, CapitalWeatherGang.com. Tomorrow morning during our forecast, we'll have our latest SPI each day tweeted and put into our blog forecast when we think there's even a small chance of accumulating snow of an inch or greater in our region over the next 7 days or so. But the slopes, they're doing okay. For our latest slopes forecast, go to CWG.news/slopecast. That's our latest ski conditions put out by John Hopewell every week, that we have some snow on the slopes. He's doing some ground verification there on the slopes today. Things are looking pretty good for our regional slopes thanks to these cold overnight lows. And look at this, we made it. 10 hours of day length between sunrise and sunset. We now have 10 hours of daylight. We're getting there. A little bit less wintry, a little less dark. Let me see if I have missed any questions or comments. Paul, hello. Very comfortable today. I'm sure, yep, I am very sad to hear Kobe Bryant died. Very tragic, and weather may have played a role. For the latest in that speculation, go to CWG.news/latest. Greg Porter put that into his PM update as well. Another weekend storm. I know, Larry, it's bad timing, but it is not guaranteed that we see this weekend storm just yet. Don't pay attention to these images on social media. They are just entertainment art from the weather models right now. It is only a 1 out of 10 chance that we see any wintry weather this weekend. It could even be dry. This is what's interesting, and it's inconsistent with among the different weather models around the world. The European model, just as of an hour ago, has no rain, no precipitation actually of any kind for Saturday and Sunday. But the time frame, if you're curious, that we're watching is Friday night through Saturday night or so for a potential storm. A nor'easter in Maine is possible, Gary, but we're not sure the storm system we're talking about next weekend does move up the coast. All right, Chris McLeod, looks like I'm doing the right thing by slowly working my way on the train, soaking up. Oh, you're in New Orleans and San Antonio. Enjoy that warmth. Katrina, hello. Pat, you're most welcome for the update. Chris, February Outlook. We have not put that out yet, but we are working on it. I'm going to have that next weekend for you for the Groundhog Day broadcast. We are working on that right now. I know Matt is working on that and Jason. So if we had to take a quick guess, likely more mild than not, and snow chances maybe a little below average, Chris. But I want them to keep diving into the data, and we'll have that on the blog probably on the 31st this upcoming week on capitalweathergang.com. All right, Stephanie, you're loving that extra daylight. I am too. I'm so happy to make it to the benchmark of 10 hours of day length between sunrise and sunset. It feels like an accomplishment. We kind of made it. And that's the time of year we get a little bit longer days as we get near Groundhog Day, which we'll talk about next Sunday. I'm sure we'll do an article as entertainment purposes for our weather friends. What do we call him? Phil, Puxtony Phil, up in Pennsylvania. This is the look ahead of next work week for temperatures. This light orange over our area is a slight probability of above average temperatures. Over much of the country actually has a decent chance of above average temperatures. And what's our average, Camden, you might ask? 44 degrees this time of year for a high, and average low of 29 degrees. And for precipitation, equal chances here in our region for next work week. Again, we're looking out about 8 to 14 days. On average, equal chances. The atmosphere can't make up its mind whether it wants to send us any precipitation. So it could be above average, could be below average for the next work week. More snow for skiing, Daniel. I'm glad you are maybe getting to the slopes. John Hopewell today, one of our Capital Weather Gang members, was checking out the very decent conditions here around the local slopes, and he does put out a slope cast each week. I've put that in one of our links here. Touch on my face, and you'll see the link pop up below to CWG.news/slopecast. It's a tongue twister. So also you can find that every Thursday thereabouts. We put it out on capitalweathergang.com. All right, Tyrone says it's too warm. My rose bushes are already budding and daylilies are starting to emerge. You must have some direct sunlight there. These temperatures aren't too warm today. We did get to 50 degrees at DCA Airport across the river, and the temperatures are going to continue to go down into maybe the 30s in a few hours. So do bundle up if you're going out. And Tina, you're loving the somewhat warmer weather. Yay, 45 days until spring. You're doing the hashtag countdown. I love that. And Matt, hello. Near normal, not equal chances. No, actually it is. This is a probabilistic map we're looking at for precipitation. The stronger areas of probability for below average is right here. That's over 33% chance of below average precipitation for the upcoming work week in Texas. But here, it's neither above average chances or below average chances. It could be equal, above, or below, Matt. Tina, hi Cam. You're loving that warm weather. We talked to you. That's great. And what else am I seeing? Some repeat comments. Sorry about this, guys. More snow for skiing. Yes, Daniel. And Chris, you're most welcome. And I love this dog behind me who is very excited about Lunar New Year here in Chinatown at the gates in downtown DC. I'm Camden Walker for Capital Weather Gang. It is a decent day, decently mild, a little bit above average, 48 degrees right now. We eked out the 50-degree mark for a high temperature at DCA Airport just across the street. All right, Matt, I will make sure we go back and I'll post this after we are done with the broadcast on these maps for the 8 to 14 day period. And Chris, same daffodil and hyacinth sprouts here too. You're near the Air Force Base. Andrews, excellent. And I see we're hinting towards some snow coming. Charlene, you really want some snow. We are thinking that this is still a little bit fiction. If you see these images on social media of a big snow or wintry mix event next weekend, it is not to be taken seriously just yet. The weather models might be spitting out some awesome art that looks pretty, but right now it's only a 1 out of 10 chance. That's why our SPI, which we do every day, we think that there might be a chance of snow. Right now it's only a 1 out of 10 chance of some wintry weather next weekend. So we will keep you posted each and every day on capitalweather.com, capitalweathergang.com, and on Twitter at capitalweather. The maple trees in your yard are already starting to drop some of those buds. It's been a little bit warm in the sun, and February sun is getting closer and closer as the month of February comes in. The UV levels go up. The buds are absorbing some of the infrared and UV rays as well. Tina does not want the snow. You're lucky it is only a 1 out of 10 chance this upcoming weekend. But generally speaking, it is a dry week. So enjoy the benign weather we have. More sun than not, more days than not. But after mild temperatures tomorrow, we do have the temperatures going down even below average for this time of year, Wednesday and Thursday. So bundle up as we go further into the week. The temperatures actually go a notch lower each and every day thereabouts. So We're not sure if this storm develops next weekend. It doesn't necessarily materialize. It could be a dry weekend, but there is that 1 out of 10 chance that we see a little bit of this wintry mess, not to be taken with any seriousness yet. This is not a high confidence event, but 1 out of 10 sign of storminess next weekend, that we do see that coming in with the potential for cold air and precipitation mixing in. Antoine, you need snow in your life. I'm hoping that we can get that for you. But if you have any other questions or comments, let me know. We're talking about the decent weather today, decent weather tomorrow, despite the clouds we had today over our region, especially over the mountains. Mostly cloudy conditions. Definitely were hindering some of that comfort level, but we were still able to get to 50 degrees, and right now still 48.1 as we get into the nighttime hours. Hi Peter, how are you doing? And Misha, how about the ambient moisture? Are we done with the super dry weather? That hurts. I mean, dew points are still going to go low for the next few days. Even tonight, the freezing mark around 32 degrees is on tap for most of us in the region. If you're near the water, you could be above freezing, above that 32 degree mark, but it is not looking like it's going to be very warm for much of the region. Overall tomorrow, another comfortable day, 50 degrees or so for most of the region. Even a little warmer downtown, you could see some spots of sun. And then winds are under control generally tomorrow. Even for the whole week, we might only see wind gusts around 15 miles per hour, so at least the wind chills are not too bad, all things considered. And again, dry. This is the precipitation map. Maybe some snow showers up near Cumberland for the next couple days, but it is a dry week ahead. If that is benign weather sounding good to you, you are in for a treat this week. Generally, mix of sun and clouds, cooler and cooler conditions as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, so continue to bundle up. We'll keep an eye on that storm next weekend, which if it materializes, yes, we could see a little bit of this wintry mess, but if you see this on social media, it is not a high confidence event. Try to ignore it. We don't want to think that this is a high probability event just yet. Right now, our snow potential index is only a 1 out of 10, so we only see a 10% chance of a wintry mess next weekend. Even if the storm comes into our area, it might not materialize. We don't know what the precipitation type is. The timing may be Friday night through Saturday night, so stay tuned to CapitalWeatherGang.com on the upcoming weekend storm. Karen, thanks for tuning in. Yes, Kobe Bryant's may have had some weather in the problems today. Look at that in our PM update. We do talk about that. We speculate about weather maybe being an issue with Kobe Bryant today. And our PM update that Greg Porter put together, you can touch on my face, and below you'll see the latest link to CWG.news/latest. And this winter is a little bit, Mike, it is running a little bit milder than average with less snow than average. And I think that's interesting. We are overall, our CWG.news/winter outlook was for a near average snowfall winter, but a little more mild than normal. And our snow tracker is kind of available on the blog, by the way, every day on CapitalWeatherGang.com. If I can get it to focus for you. We have not had that much snow this year, and it is not going to focus. But the current snow is 0.6, and it's been a very snow-free season. On average to date, we should have 7.4. I wish we could get that focus. I am very sorry. But this tracker is our DC snow tracker and a link to our CWG.news/winter outlook available on the blog, CapitalWeatherGang.com. And of course, follow us on Twitter at Capital Weather. All right. Oh, thank you, Paul. You're reading and posted the news link. Thank you very much. Teresa, you hope there will be snow. Just to keep your expectations minimal, with our latest SPI, snow potential index is only a 1 out of 10. But we'll keep you updated each and every day. We think there's potential for snow. We have an update coming later tonight. We'll take in the latest information on the latest weather models, so stay tuned. All right, do you expect we'll have more snow by the end of the winter? Yes, Jackson, we do have almost 2 months of snowy potential ahead of us. Only about 1 month behind us here in the DC winter, so keep hope alive, stay patient. And Charlene, you want to, let's see, you've got to dry out the saturated lawns and flower beds, so this week is a good forecast to dry things out. Yes, we had 1 to 2 inches on Friday, over the weekend. Nearly 1 inch almost everywhere, and almost nearly 2 inches in some of those spots with downpours. All right, so what else have I missed? Charlene, thank you again for tuning in. And yes, Antoine, we're watching for this pattern change that might increase our chances for snow in February, but we are taking that with a grain of salt. If you're a snow lover, keep your fingers crossed. Nothing is a certainty just yet. And I want everyone, if you see this on social media, some of these winter maps for many, many days in advance, please don't pay attention to them. We are watching the latest data. There's nothing consistent with these weather models that are talking about the storm for next weekend. That is why we still have our snow potential index, or SPI, only a 1 out of 10. Have a great evening as well. Jackson, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's take one last temperature reading from here in Chinatown, I'm at the gate here at 7th and H Northwest for the Lunar New Year celebrations that have been happening today. 47.1 current temperatures. We're going down into the 30s tonight for the entire region. I hope you enjoyed the mild air today. We got up to 50 degrees for high temperature officially at DCA Airport, despite these clouds that were pestering us all day, coming over the mountains. Generally overcast skies west of the Blue Ridge, west of I-81, but we still saw some of these pesky clouds sneak over the mountains and give us mostly cloudy moments today, which was not great for comfort, but hey, in January, 50 degrees is pretty comfortable. Here, low temperatures for tonight, around 33 degrees downtown. If you're away from bodies of water, you should get to the freezing mark of 32 degrees or lower. Look at that, we have some spots of 20s in central Virginia as well. And here's tomorrow. Let's focus in on this map a little bit. About 50 degrees or so around DC. I am thinking maybe I turn this off and we have a little bit more luck focusing on the maps. All right, about 50 degrees or so for the map tomorrow for high temperatures. Now, the wind gusts also stay around 15 degrees or so, 15 miles per hour, I should say. I'm really annoyed these maps are not showing up, but that's okay. Let's see if I can do a quick, nope, it's not gonna work. Alrighty. Well, wind gusts are staying under control. Actually, the most of the week we should see wind stay under control, maybe 15 miles per hour or less. And I'll put these graphics up afterwards, but only some snow showers for the coming week, maybe around Cumberland. That is supposed to show some fairly dry conditions around the region for this week. So no precipitation on the precipitation map. Let's see if the temperatures show up for the week ahead. We've got cooler and cooler as we go through the week, and mix of clouds and sun. Looks pretty cool on Wednesday and Thursday, so please keep that in mind. We'll need to bundle up as we go through the week. Saturday, Sunday, it's unclear if we see a storm develop, so we only have a 1 out of 10 on the SPI, so don't pay attention on social media if you see these maps that proclaim a definite storm is happening. I just wanted to show you an example of 1 out of 10 is what we think on the SPI, not a high probability of the storm developing, and maybe if it doesn't develop, of course, we don't have anything, but even if it does develop, a wintry mix is possible, some snow is possible, only a 1 out of 10 chance. We'll keep you posted. Each and every day we'll update the SPI based on the latest information. All right, Karen, thanks for tuning in. Melissa, you're most kind. Thanks for the kind words. Karen, you're most welcome. And Charlene, you're most welcome for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Our weekly Sunset Sundays here on Capital Weather Gang on the Facebook page. And go to the blog, capitalweathergang.com, and follow us on Twitter at Capital Weather. And Mike, really appreciate it. Have a good evening, everyone. And Evan, thanks for tuning in. We'll keep you posted on the storm as we get closer to this upcoming weekend. It may or may not materialize, so we don't know what precipitation, timing, or amounts, if any, develop for this upcoming weekend. We'll keep you posted, at least in the near term. We have our slopes cast out. That's another link you can find by touching on my face. Popping up below, you'll see the link to our latest ski forecast. And don't forget, we made it to 10 hours of day length, so that's fantastic. And then here we've got some above average temperatures, we think, for next work week. And we'll talk about average temperatures around 44 degrees. We're past our coldest temperatures for average highs that were 43 degrees just last week. So we've turned the corner on our average high temperatures. And if you're feeling a little bit of pollen, you're not completely out of craziness here. There has been some tree pollen around and some mildew. All right, I think I'm going to go for now from a nice, loud Chinatown. Happy Lunar New Year, Year of the Rats. And go to the blog anytime you need us. I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. And on Twitter, make sure you follow us at Capital Weather. Bye for now.